The sun was setting over the small village, casting a golden glow over the thatched roofs and the dusty streets. But for one mother, the beauty of the scene was lost amidst the anguish that gripped her heart. Her son, her precious child, had gone missing during the war that had ravaged their land for years. 𝐶𝐞𝐫 had last seen her son 𝐶𝐞𝐫 as he marched off to fight alongside his father and brothers. She had been proud of his bravery, but as days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, her pride turned to worry and her worry turned to despair. She had searched every corner of the village, asked every passerby, and scourged the battlefields, but there was no sign of 𝐶𝐞𝐫. The uncertainty was eating away at her, and she couldn't shake off the feeling that she had lost him forever. One day, 𝐶𝐞𝐫 decided that she couldn't wait any longer. She packed a small bag, said goodbye to her husband and the remaining children, and set out on a perilous journey to find her lost son. She traveled through treacherous mountains and dark forests, facing countless dangers along the way. As she walked, she met other families who had suffered similar losses. They shared their stories, and 𝐶𝐞𝐫 realized that she was not alone in her grief. There was a sense of solidarity among them, a bond formed by their shared pain and determination. After many moons, 𝐶𝐞𝐫 finally reached the village where 𝐶𝐶𝐫 was last seen. She searched every corner, every market, and every alley, but there was no sign of him. Just when she thought she had reached a dead end, she met a young soldier who had fought alongside 𝐶𝐶𝐫. The soldier told her of a camp where prisoners of war were held, and 𝐶𝐞𝐫's heart skipped a beat. She knew that 𝐶𝐶𝐫 might be there, and she set out towards the camp with a newfound sense of hope. As she approached the camp, she could see the barbed wires and the guards patrolling the perimeter. Her heart raced with anticipation and fear, but she steeled herself and approached the entrance. After what seemed like an eternity, she was allowed to enter and scanned the rows of prisoners, her eyes searching for a glimpse of her son. And then she saw him, 𝐶𝐶𝐫, her beloved son, standing tall and proud despite the scars and the pains in his eyes. 𝐶𝐞𝐫 rushed towards him, tears streaming down her face, and 𝐶𝐶𝐫's eyes lit up with a mixture of surprise and joy. They embraced, holding each other tightly as the world around them melted away. The reunion was bittersweet, filled with tears of joy and sorrow. 𝐶𝐞𝐫 knew that 𝐶𝐶𝐫 had been through unimaginable horrors, and she could see the scars on his body and in his eyes. But she also knew that he was alive, and that was all that mattered. As they made their way back home, 𝐶𝐞𝐫 realized that the journey had changed her. She had seen the worst of humanity, but she had also seen the best. She had seen the resilience of the human spirit, and the power of love and hope, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. When they finally arrived their village, they were greeted as heroes, and the community came together to celebrate their reunion. But for Akua and Kweku, the real celebration was the quiet moments they shared. The moments where they could just be together and cherish the love that had brought them through the darkness. And so, Akua's journey, though fraught with danger and uncertainty, had ultimately led her to the one thing that mattered most: her son, her beloved Kweku, who had been lost but was now found and would never be let go again.